Oh, good morning. Welcome to the third episode of Morning Coffee. All right, so as I promised you, this episode is going to be about just the things you don't want to say at a funeral. Now, this is coming from a lifetime of experience from my point of view. And as a funeral director, starting off, I got to tell you, I used to hate it back in the day, but in hindsight, when my father would make me do the door work, we would call it. When I say door work, some people say greeter. Uh, I hated it because I saw it as opening and closing a door for the people who were coming and going. Now, learning and people watching became a trick of the trade, and it's how you read people. But I'm going to give you a list of 5 people and then what they say and shouldn't say. So my first one is going to be, I call these people, and they're ruthless because it happens to us all. Number 1,
Show me the money.
now I know people. Everybody has life insurance for the most part. Everybody thinks they have something that they're owed, and people's true colors come out during funerals, and it's sad because you get to see a person's real being of how they love their loved ones. And these people, even during the wake, you'll see them marching up and down the hallway, stamping their feet, or they're in the corner of the wake room or the chapel, and they're upset because they don't know what they're gonna get. Timing's everything. And no one says that in this world you're entitled to something. But these people have no respect, and they go out in the hallways and I got nothing, I didn't get anything. Hello? Your loved one, most likely your father or your mother, has passed away, and the only thing that you can think about is money? Time and a place. Wrong time, wrong place at a funeral. Next.
So how's the elevator business treating you, Ruben?
Oh, it has its ups and downs.
All right.
The comedian. Oh my God. Like I said, doing door work, you meet a lot of interesting people. But these guys are the best. Now see, we don't dislike these people, but we don't dismiss them because we're waiting for the best thing for them to come out of their mouth. But I gotta say, I've heard them all. Like you'll have that one guy goes, "Hey, everybody's dying to see you, right?" I've heard that 1,000 times. I heard a good one with the comedian. Now these guys seem to just surge next to you during the funeral because I know that they're afraid. They don't know what to do in a funeral. They're confused. They don't want to say the wrong thing. So let's go right to comedy. All right, that's fine. Comedy's fine. This one was good though. He goes, "Hey, do you party like a mortician?" I said, "Excuse me?" He goes, "Do you grab cold ones?" That wasn't that bad. But my thing is, everybody says, "Oh, you'll never go out of business because you're never gonna, nobody's dying." I don't think about that kind of stuff. But again, I understand where you're coming from. You're nervous and you just don't know what to do. Your hands are in your pockets and you need to feel comfortable because obviously death scares you. So you have to be funny. So, I mean, I get it, but we'll never dismiss those people because we're waiting for the next best joke. Now, my point being with all this stuff, I don't go to a cesspool guy and bump up next to him because I don't like cesspools, and no one likes cesspools, just like no one likes death. I never go to a cesspool guy and saying, "Are you having a crappy day?" I would never say that to a poor guy like that because he really is. He's knee up in yeah, God. So I don't see the sense of it. But for me, I like it. So if anybody can come up to me in a wake, please, can you give me a better joke? But there's just some things you just don't want to say at a funeral. But same to me because I'm looking for the next best thing. Number 3. These are real. I call this one the X. For some reason, I guess these ex-spouses, be it man or woman, think they have the right to come in and say the things they say. Now, I'm not talking about, oh, we just broke up last week. I mean, they're there too. Trust me, I've seen that stuff. I'm talking about the ex-wife or ex-husband who hasn't been in the picture for 5, 10 years. You know, their ex-spouse passes away and they make it like it's all about them. Oh, I love you so much. You're not in the picture anymore. You're not the one who matters. So think about that. You don't have that right to do and say and act around and waltz and peacock around like you were the one. You were never the one. That's why you're not the one. You're not called next of kin. Next.
Oh my God. It's Captain Caring of the SS Melodrama.
Oh, he's gonna play this one big.
Q. Hey.
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 Hell of a circumstance, huh?
I know. It's great to see you.
Well, Buzzer's up there coaching Heaven's team now.
That's true.
He's got Wilt, Pistol Pete, Dr. J.
Yeah, Dr. J's alive still.
The consoler. These people, I love them. They are tremendous. They think they're saying the right thing. Like, for example, he or she is in a much better place. Did you just say that? Or, at least they're not suffering anymore. You're saying this to people who just lost their loved one, be it close, far, or indifferent. Do you think they want to hear that? And I know you mean well. I get it. But remember, let's take away the loved one in the casket or in the urn in the chapel. Funerals are not for the dead. The funeral rite is, but funerals are for the living. Oh, at least they're not suffering anymore. You suffered with people who are loved ones next to them. They suffered alongside with them the entire process. And now they can't even see, hear, hold their loved one. But at least they're not suffering anymore, right? But again, you mean well, I get it. And they're in a better place. You're so right about that. You are. But we're stuck without the one we love. We have to wait, and we have to have that faith that we have to be good and to get into heaven. These are things we just don't want to hear. So before you speak, just think. These people are looking for words of compassion and maybe something to help them get through the daily process, not just the one 2 to 4, 7 to 9 wake. And my last one. These are the worst people in the world. I call them the no-show. You know, the worst thing you could say at a funeral is nothing. The ones that don't even show up to wakes, but they know full well they should be there. And I've heard people use the excuses of, oh, I just don't like funerals. No one likes funerals. I mean, that's why it takes what we do for a living. It takes a special person. I sometimes don't want to go to work. But I do this because they need me. And for you people not to show up or not say anything or never make a phone call or never reach out, as they call it, that's the worst thing you could say at a funeral is nothing. Don't be that person. And in closing, I hope you guys listen to the things of what to say and what not to say, and those 5 people I gave you the examples of. Just take a walk in the park and don't do that. But my advice of this week is going to be, if somebody's really on your nerves and they're really upsetting you, all you have to say to them is you're entitled to your own opinion. After that, nothing else should matter. So I'll leave you off with saying, I bid you a farewell until next time. I wish you all are doing okay in this horrible 19,000 million years of 2020. I will think about you and I'll think kindly of you. And remember, life's a grave. Dig it. Please like, share, and subscribe my page of Morning Coffee. And, yeah.